Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. If you're joining us on the stream on YouTube, hello, wave everyone, wave, just wave. That's why they're here. Hello and welcome. If you're listening to us on the podcast as well, if you've decided to listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever platform you decide to use, awesome. Thank you very much for listening as well. We are going to be having a look at the things that we are excited about in 2022, and that could be books, films, games, TV shows, all of that stuff we're going to have a little look at. And it comes hot on the heels of a news, which was the first news roundup of 2022, yep. And before that, the things that got us through 2021. So this one feels like an absolute natch. Next one to do, because it's the 12th of January when we record this. If you're watching us to a live, you know, that's great. But if you're listening to us, this was recorded on the 12th of January. So this is quite close to the beginning of the year. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I'll just introduce everyone very quickly, just in case you haven't been here before. Hello, Russ.
Hello. I apologise. I didn't realise it was a party.
Hello to Dan.
Is this a business meeting, Tom?
It depends. We're going to be here for about 25 minutes, so it depends whether that's people at work talking about work or...
Sounds very much like a business meeting.
Like a business meeting to me too. And hello, Duncan.
I've got the cheese.
Yay, cool, nice.
And I am Tom, and I brought the wine.
Yeah.
And also my wife, who will sit next to me at this work meeting. So anyway, I'll hand over to Dan. Dan, kick us off, my man.
That caught me off guard, because... this is your idea. We're going to talk about all the stuff in 2022 that we're looking forward to. No, I want to add that it might be things that what I would like to do as well, potentially. There's some of that in there and all.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Yeah. Like you, Tom.
Me.
I want to do you.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me, isn't it, Dan?
You're on my to-do list, Tom.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
But yeah, I think there is no like structure to this. I think we'll just talk about some of the cool stuff that's coming up in 2022. And there's actually a fair amount as well by those things.
Can I just jump in here? So I sent a list through of a load of games that I'm really excited about for 2022. Yeah. And the thing that is most disappointing that has already happened, proving that 2022 might be poo, is that, and this is all going to rhyme, by the way. So 2022, you might be poo, because a game that I was excited about, which is Stalker 2, has now been delayed until the end of 2022 in December. So I'm now going to have to wait through the whole of a year that might be poo for Stalker 2 that might actually end up being completely poo.
Yeah, that's the other thought, is that maybe it's been delayed because it's not actually very good.
Yeah, so that was
a game being delayed can either be a good thing or a bad thing, really, can't it? It can be, oh, we just need a bit of extra polish, or we're starting again.
Well,
yes.
Witcher 3, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that was slightly a disheartening start to the year.
That is a shame, because you are big into your stalkers, aren't you?
I do like them. I like the first one, Shadow of Chernobyl, was awesome. The Clear Sky, the sequel, was not so great, but Call of Pripyat was fucking brilliant. If anyone wants to dive into post-apocalyptic Chernobyl, and have a walk around the radioactive thing, fighting off mutants and investigating ruins and all sorts of cool shit. Great games. Stalker 2 looks like it's going to be a little bit more accessible, a little bit more like Metro Exodus, you know, a little bit more console friendly. Maybe that'll make it better, maybe it won't, but a fucking 12-month delay, Christ, that strikes me that there is something fundamentally wrong with that game or the development crew.
Jack says, aren't they delaying it to add NFTs?
Yeah, but 12 months to add NFTs. I mean, it's probably what the official line is, but yeah.
I think 10 months of that will be working out what an NFT is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which nobody knows.
Utter bollocks is what it is.
Yeah.
Just total fucking twaddle.
Only in the creative arts there is actually something potentially useful about NFTs.
Okay.
We're, I mean, like literally going to use it as a way of validating carbon sequestration.
Okay.
It's like something that's kind of the whole point. So the whole point about it is you can't.
Blockchain.
Is there unique things that are verified on the blockchain?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
One Bitcoin is the same as any other Bitcoin. In fact, they are literally identical. That's sort of the whole point. Just like a pound is identical to any other pound, or a dollar is identical to any other dollar. But an NFT, it's unique things. But when people think they've bought a digital artwork by having it as an NFT, you haven't. All you've done is you've paid to have your name associated with a particular URL, which could disappear at any time.
Whereas this is
you don't
linked.
own it in any actual meaningful way.
Okay, yeah, that what you're using it for makes sense.
Well, I mean, I sort of understand it. I obviously don't understand it.
No, nobody really understands it.
No, the guy who's doing it, and Paddy, she seems to sort of understand it. Well, she was a software engineer for Google.
Yeah, that'd probably be useful.
That's kind of handy. And but yeah, how I'm going to use it is a good way of making sure someone has a unique. If they do it, it's a way of properly validating quantity and that it actually happened with video and other stuff. I'm not going to give all the details because
No, but that actually, what you're saying actually makes sense. Adding NFTs to video games is just bollocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that bit is complete arts. Anything creative arts is a con, and there's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, Daddy's
anything that
even
stops
said
people
NFT.
turning up on Instagram banging on about how they can teach you to invest in crypto as well.
So why don't we also say that I'm quite excited for the crypto bubble to burst finally this year, which I think it will. I think it'll all be gone by the end of this year.
Why don't we say fuck off crypto and start just using graphics cards as a means of currency.
Yeah, cut
Just
out the
cut
middle.
out the middleman.
No, because you wouldn't be able to get a division. It like a graphics card would be like an equivalent of like 1 million yen or something. You know, you're not going to get small divisions of graphic cards, are you? It's just going to be like, I give you this graphics card. Well, that's only. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean the denominator, it could be like CUDA cores or something.
There you go. We should wait to see if Boris's next job is in cyber, shouldn't we? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, actually, that'd be quite good. If no one else wants him,
Yeah.
a blockchain company can have him,
Yeah.
and he can fuck that up.
No, a block drain company can have him.
A block trade.
Yeah.
Nice. It's the
Get
best
down.
joke of the pod.
Wow, it's early on. That's not good.
Ooh.
Do you want to make your predictions now for what Boris Johnson will be doing at the end of 2022? Because I don't think many
he'll be
people will think he'll be being the Prime Minister.
I think he's going to be the Prime
observers-
Minister, sadly.
Most observers that I've seen have been saying he's gone. He'll be gone by the end of this year, definitely. But
Did
then
anyone listen to
there's-
PMQs today?
Yes, but then there's also a surprising amount of people who have also already stood up and gone, well, it sounded like the most contrite apology I've ever heard.
He's doing his
actually-
best,
he's
okay?
actually
Leave
quite
him alone.
Quite a bloody good bloke, actually, if you don't mind me saying.
There is also something to the argument that Labour would kind of rather he stayed in and struggled on being a catastrophe than they risk getting somebody vaguely competent.
I do. That didn't come across when every single Labour MP that stood up at PMQs today go, so you're going to resign then?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the theatre. But behind,
And then the SNP stood up.
like they would much rather
then
that
the
he
Lib
was in
Dems.
charge than like Gove or somebody who could put a veil of competence over the whole
Gove
thing.
will never be in charge because you cannot market Gove. That Gove looks like a fucking
marketing
arse.
Sexy gnome.
Glasses cube.
Yeah, you can't market Gove. Like,
But that's the point, isn't it? Is that this is actually the Conservatives having a massive panic because the person that they thought was the lovable rogue who can literally get away with anything and will get us through and will win us the next election after the snap in 2019
Is a fat, drunk, lecherous bastard.
They're
who is
suddenly
probably
like-
by the end of the year going to get another girl pregnant.
but they're probably thinking like the only alternatives that actually have any of the sort of support you need within the Conservative Party to become its leader are people like Michael Gove, Dominic Raab, people who are just so unbelievable, Jacob Rees-Mogg, people who are so unbelievably disliked.
Right. So none of those cunts are getting the leader role.
I mean,
okay, let's get that one out.
But they're so,
The Rabot, Mog, and fucking Gove. None of them are Mog.
but they're so disliked by the public that the Conservatives would never do it. So there's no one. I just think to myself, there's no one in the Conservative Party with enough support that can now become leader that is also the kind of person that they think can lead them to victory in elections. So the
Well,
Conservative Party
the
is
only
now
one
on
that
its-
the public vaguely like in that way is Sunak, but he's incredibly inexperienced. He only became an MP in like 2015, and
Just something about him the Tory party, I'm sure, won't like as the leader as well.
I mean, to be honest, they're actually pretty good. They will bend to anything that gets them power.
I think Liz Truss.
they don't. I don't. He's not seen as experienced enough in house, and all he's done so far is the really easy bits of saying yes, you can have lots of money.
He's the Chancellor because he's rich. That's why he's got the job. He's the Chancellor because he turned
he
up
hasn't
"You're
done the
right,
difficult
I'm
bit of
really
the Chancellor
rich."
job yet, though, which is working out how to actually pay for all these free
no.
hamburgers he gave out
But that's
last year.
okay.
No,
'cause-
he has. He's done government bonds, so he's done the borrowing, which is how he understands the basically pushing it forwards thing, which is he understands that, which is like, oh well, I understand this kind of borrowing. This is long-term bonds because that's probably where a lot of his wealth is in government bonds.
I'll tell you
Why
what,
he
just
votes
roll
up.
out.
I think his overall strategy was
the
to
other day.
spend shitloads of money and then become Prime Minister before anyone has to actually pay for it. And let some other
Well,
poor fucker
It's an
raise
interesting
taxes.
strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pans out.
Yeah.
But what's hilarious is the next person then gets to say, though, well, we're going to move Britain forward and we are going to get over the last 10 years. Even if you're the same party, as long as you've got someone that's vaguely different, some other inbred fuck that's going to run the Tory party, then
Inbred
it doesn't actually matter too much, I think. Oh, Sky News, please. No?
It's not going to
yet,
happen
not
that
yet.
quickly.
So as we're talking
But
about,
I think he'll be writing a column for the Mail on Sunday or something.
No, he's already
Yeah.
going to go back to the Spectator. They've been blowing so much smoke up his arse that he'll be welcomed back and be in a cushy job there.
He's basically a fucking hot air balloon at this point. So, yeah. Quite proud of that one. That was the best joke of the night, Tom. Fuck you.
Oh, hang on.
Dan says, unpopular opinion, we've just turned into politics, but it's hard to avoid at the moment, really, haven't we? Isn't it? Unpopular opinion, I don't think it's a good idea for Boris to resign because whoever replaces him would be worse. There is always a worse Tory. He's not fucking wrong either. Like,
Michael Gove is just like the worst kind of worm tongue. Like worm tongue. I'm trying to go down a Lord of the Rings route because Dan might understand that rather than Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Which
Oh,
Dan-
fuck you for starters, by the way. I'm going to draw a little diagram because Dan might understand that.
And to be honest, there's
imagine
large
a
parts of
pyramid
Lord of the
there.
Rings mythology that I don't understand.
No.
Untongue
I
being-
know who Littlefinger is. He's exactly. Yeah, he's in that Game of Chairs or something. Oh, no, Duncan.
Yes, Dan. Imagine a pyramid.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
So at
Yeah.
the top of a pyramid is what
Oh.
we call a leader.
Yeah.
And if this pyramid is actually not a pyramid, it's a party, a political party.
Yeah.
The person who leads it, if they come into power, they become prime minister.
Oh no, you lost me. Can you
Oh, okay.
explain it like it's Thomas the Tank Engine, please?
So the Fat Controller.
Yeah. Okay. yeah.
Okay. That's Boris Johnson. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
fat
the
controller. Yeah.
the
Sorry.
guard who
Is-
constantly tells him stuff and whispers in his ear about blocking up tunnels with trains still in them.
Michael Gove.
That's Michael Gove.
By the way, Boris
Dominic
would
Raab
fucking
is
do that
Toby.
as well.
Dominic
Yeah.
Raab is Toby.
Yeah.
Michael Gove is just one of those people who is just so unbelievably slimy and greasy and horrible and everything that is bad about politics. He's just the sort of person that the 1922 committee, which, by the way, 1922 is the average age of most of the members of that committee, and they have views
That's
as
the funniest
enlightened.
joke of the night.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Hey,
Tom. Yeah.
clever joke. Yeah, he's exactly the sort of person that those wasteful bastards would choose to lead the party.
No, he's just not. I don't think he is because I think he's had enough runs at the leadership, and everyone's gone. Ugh, no,
Ugh,
Michael
God,
Gove
ugh.
did coke, and coke got less popular. Like, let that sink in, okay?
Can you imagine all the Colombian cartels going, "Oh no,
This is a nightmare for our brand.
yeah.
So yeah,
For any Colombians watching, obviously that was just a joke. That's not. Please don't come after me.
yeah. I mean, it'd be nice if they didn't. That'd be good.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
I love Coke.
So- Talking of weird dystopian futures, and basically a bunch of corpses running the country, is anyone looking forward to the next Walking Dead series?
Yay! The last Walking Dead series as well.
The last Walking Dead series.
Yeah, I would be looking forward to it, but I've not watched the last 7.
Yeah,
So,
neither have I, so I'm not really looking forward
I
to it.
watched the first 3.
However, Resident Evil is meant to be coming to Netflix.
Oh really? Is it meant to be good?
Netflix?
I mean, said with a due sense of caution, because there's not been much good Resident Evil stuff apart from the game so far.
Has anyone seen Zero Punctuation's like top best, worst, and blandest video? I think it came out about 3 hours ago. I watched it before.
It's one of those annoying like a members only one. So it pops up and it goes, nah, you can't watch this for another week.
Well, it's just gone public, so so you can watch it now. And unfortunately, Resident Evil Village was rated as his 5th most bland game. He said, I didn't love it, didn't hate it. Some bits of it were good, but yeah, other than that, it was just a sort of a very tentative next step forward from Resident Evil 7. Which, to be honest, I probably agree with him. I hate being one of those people who fanboys over Yahtzee, but he's probably right.
Have you seen that Noah Caldwell-Gervais has done a retrospective of all of Resident Evil?
Yeah, it's like an 8-hour
It's
video.
8 hours long.
I am dedicated to at least one of my days at work, have it on in the background the entire day. He did a really good job with the Jedi Knight games. That's a phenomenal video.
Actually, Tom, I've been watching a bunch of those Civ 11 videos. They're really
what
funny.
do you think? You really like it?
Yeah, I've watched all of his postal stuff.
So good.
It's really good.
Oh, it's mental. It's great. Yeah, recommend Civ 11 to anyone.
The bit when he in his Doom 2 one where he's talking about the Doom 2 super shotgun, just how it's the best. And it is widely regarded as the most satisfying weapon in any video game ever.
Yeah.
It's like showing you the noise it makes, and then showing like a building collapsing, and then just the world exploding.
Boom! Yeah, it's so good. He's such a fanboy of the Doom shotguns. Yeah, it's really good. What I found really interesting about his one on Doom was when he talks about the emulator that he's using to run them. And he's talking about how he switched out one of them because the shotgun didn't feel right. He was like, the timing's off. Like, I shoot it and then the reload timing's off. So I've changed to this one and I still couldn't get the thing to work. Like, and he just gets more and more incensed. And then it sort of switches to the little meta story and he like gets tased in his balls for going on too much about emulation. And then it suddenly cuts and it says like 2 weeks later, the video restarts again. It's so.
But like
it's so
that sort
clever.
of stuff does matter to like the people who are really good at that kind of game. It's also to do with like you click the mouse button when the reload animation is on a certain frame, and then you get your maximum fire rate. So if it's off by a tiny little bit, it will mess people up who are playing at like really good level.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah, great. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Someone else to talk about CB11 with.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to more of that from him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. I mean,
And yet the Expanse, still not sure about it.
Just doesn't seem like your cup of tea.
it's finishing. It's the end.
Yeah, last episode.
Oh,
this
though,
week.
actually, Leviathan Fall came out, and I missed that it was published. I'm really looking forward to getting that and reading that. The final book. It should
Yeah, I'm
be.
going to read all the Expanse books now. I've read the first 3. I'm going to read the rest of them.
Oh my god, I am expecting to cry in this book as well. I cried in the what's it called?
Yeah, that's what you call it, is it?
Tiamat's Wrath. Tiamat's
Yeah.
Wrath. I cried at that. There's a sad bit.
Mm.
But so I'm looking forward to the next Expanse book. I'm actually also looking forward to just being able to read a book. Maybe that would be quite interesting experience.
Yeah,
Kith and Kin.
Yeah.
I'm really-
yeah. Have you read it yet?
No, that's why I'm looking forward to being able to read a book.
Well, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. More Critical Role. Season 3 of Critical Role started, and I quite like it. I think it's quite good so far. I like. Are you up to date with it, Duncan?
No.
Okay. There's a character that I really like in it, but I don't want to say who it is yet.
I mean, I
So,
like Lordner.
Lordner's great.
Is it
Don't just keep listing characters.
Is it
This is great,
Travis's
isn't it?
new
Even though we're basically
character?
just
Is it what, sorry?
characters.
Travis's new character?
Yes, it is Travis's new character.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I'm about to come on to that.
He's amazing. Like a big fan of that. Like it's just great. I think adding Robbie's been brilliant as well. Robbie's very funny, very quick, and just fits in really well.
Dorian is also one of my favourites. I love Dorian.
Dorian's great. So yeah, more Critical Role. Like looking forward to more of that. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to. There's loads of stuff I'm looking forward to though, guys. Loads of stuff. So I mean, I can keep going with some stuff if you like.
Yeah, keep going with some stuff, and
I'll keep
we'll
going with
chime
some
in.
stuff. You bet your fucking arse.
Because you might talk about a video game, and then I might be like, "Oh yeah, there's a video game I like." And
Yeah, I'm not going to.
and Ross,
Sticking
to be fair, might do that as well. And so might
I think Tom's just come up with the idea of a podcast.
Sticking with Critical Role, I mean, like
The animated series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legends
Starts-
of Vox Machina.
Yeah, it starts in a couple of weeks' time.
28th of Jan.
Yeah. I
Amazon
would
Prime.
recommend that to all of you guys.
So is that going to be based on campaign 1?
Yeah.
Is it Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
Yes.
I just don't think it'd be my cup of tea.
I can see a Dungeons and Dragons book next to your ear, Tom.
What?
Yeah, a Critical Role Dungeons and Dragons book.
Like, it's specifically, a Critical Role Dungeons and Dragons book. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Tom, it's definitely not going to be your thing. There's no
No.
like rogues or cool elves in there or anything.
Yeah. There's no cool half elf rogue in it. That's for sure.
Half Elf Rogue. What are you talking about?
Dude.
My dad's watching tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I spend my Thursday
Don't
nights
forget-
making out with chicks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, slamming chicks, man.
Yeah, me too. Thursday nights.
I don't.
No. Well, actually, this Thursday night we're playing Dungeons and Dragons anyway. So,
Are you? Well, have fun with that. Yeah,
Tom
have
wouldn't
fun
be-
with that, guys. All right, Dad. Just keep me in the wheel, please.
Peacemaker comes out after watching Suicide Squad. I think Suicide Squad is brilliant. One of the best characters in it is Peacemaker, and I'm looking forward to the TV series of that. That looks good.
Isn't that on HBO or something?
Yeah, so it's going to come out here at some fucking point, hopefully.
What does?
Yeah, we don't really have a direct equivalent of HBO Max, do we?
No.
Some stuff that is on there pops up on Netflix or other stuff.
How are we feeling about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Origins story?
Well, it's just Bel Air. It's not an Origins. It's
The
just
Fresh
called
Prince of
Bel-Air.
Bel-Air's
is it?
origin story is the theme
In
tune
the
to the Fresh
title,
Prince of
yeah.
Bel-Air.
No, this is
Set present day.
yeah.
Are we going to
Reimagined
actually
original
see
as
the?
a drama, but yeah,
So it's going to be gritty.
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, there were some pretty gritty parts in the actual series itself.
yeah.
I say, hoping that's a worthwhile addition to this conversation.
It is. Yeah. Duncan, you must be excited about Bridgerton season 2.
Fucking really excited about it.
The missus will like that.
Yeah, we're pretty excited in this house.
I've never.
And
watched
he's
any-
the sexy Duke is a strong rumor for the next Bond, isn't he? I don't know if that's a rumor or just sort of
I mean,
people on the
He's
internet
so
being
good.
thirsty.
He'd look good in a suit.
Look amazing. I mean, he looks great out of his suit. He looked great in his suit. I mean,
Yeah, he
good
is insanely handsome.
Did you see him doing the CBeebies bedtime story?
did I see it? I've watched it several
Yeah.
times.
That was
Yeah,
very much like, no, fuck off to bed, kids. This one's for mommy.
Yeah.
This isn't for you.
This is like when Tom
You
Hardy
felt-
does Odd Dog
you
Out,
felt-
which is just like, I mean, him doing that book is just wonderful.
Oh no, this was
I
better
don't
than
want- I don't want you
Tom
here.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
I've
want you
not
here
watched
while
either of
Daddy's
them, but-
watching Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy was a bit creepy. This wasn't. This was just pure filth.
But that's the thing, I quite
Well,
like Tom
okay,
Hardy with his
the-
big muscly arms and his bracelets and, you know, his love of dogs, because he loves dogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And his inability to act outside of a mask, you know. Yeah.
Nobody cared who I
Oh, look,
was.
he's done two vaguely different Cockneys. He's the perfect representation of the craze. Anyway,
A shootout is a fucking shootout.
like in the
Like
westerns.
it was like Colonel Custer and Geronimo.
Jack says, "Have you seen the press that Cena's been doing in full costume? What a dude!" No, I haven't seen the. Was he there? I saw those press events there, but I couldn't see him.
He'd be going around doing like TV interviews in his full costume. That's pretty cool.
Okay. You guys just ignore my funny joke then. See if I care. Whatever.
Oh no,
Daz
I
is
got,
kind of-
I got it. I got it.
Yeah, because you can't see him.
Yep.
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't seen Suicide Squad, but stuff I've seen for Peacemaker looks okay. Suicide Squad is really good. It's well worth a watch.
Is it on any of the streaming platforms?
Yes, Sky.
Oh great, now TV.
Is it on any of the
Here I come.
streaming platforms that I've got access to?
Nope.
No, tits.
How's about some Andor? Are we excited about Andor? I'm excited.
Is
about
that coming
Andor.
out this year? Because I've heard
Apparently
knack
so,
all about
yeah.
it.
December, I think.
Yeah.
November, December.
I don't know. With I mean, yes, I'm very excited about it, but I'm also, with the rate that they're just cancelling Star Wars stuff, I'm also worried.
Ah, mate, I'll fucking cut them if they cancel this one.
If they get rid of Rogue Squadron and Andor, that's
They're
the
not
two.
getting rid of Rogue Squadron. They've just delayed it.
Delayed it indefinitely
say
until
that.
they think of something different.
Don't. No, Rogue Squadron's
Russ.
happening. Okay.
Rogue Squadron's not
Shut
happening
up.
at the moment, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They can't. Don't bin off Rogue Squadron in favour of fucking boring Book of Boba Fett. Like, just keep fucking Rogue Squadron, please.
Have you seen
Boring.
the second episode of Boba Fett?
Yeah.
It's
Still
slightly
boring.
better.
Still boring.
It does include a 20-minute driving lesson scene though.
It really does. Yes. And he's still a terrible actor. It's
I will say
boring,
that.
bland, and bad.
Phil Knuckles did also say kind of the same as Russ, but Russ did put it a bit funnier. Sorry, Phil. 20-minute
Right.
drive lesson. The other one being it's a really slow chase.
Dan says, will they turn the critique of American gung-ho murderers' patriotism into a good thing? A bit like how Hollywood didn't understand that Judge Dredd was a fascist when they did the Stallone movie. I mean, it's James Gunn doing the Peacemaker TV series, and he's the one that did the Suicide Squad. So I'd be very surprised if they didn't give it, like, you know, if they didn't handle it with respect. He's not likable in Suicide Squad. There's definitely no doubt about that. So I would imagine it'd be more of this. But yeah, I would have thought anyway. Yeah, give us Andor. Bin off the walking action figures for fucking.
No, because there's Mandalorian season 3 as well.
Mandalorian season 3. Actually, I'm obviously quite excited about. I like the Mandalorian. So,
Wonder
yeah.
which direction they're going to go now. The child has gone.
Yeah, they are at a
He'll be
difficult
back.
kind of point with it because they're going to have to think of something as good as Baby Yoda.
I think they'll bring him back.
I think they're going to bring him back. I don't think. I think, judging by how much merchandise there is, I think I can imagine just the heads of Disney just barging into Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's room. You did fucking what?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Bring him back.
So I've got an
does
idea,
also-
guys. Got an idea. 2 Baby Yodas.
2 Baby Yodas.
Amazing.
Double
brilliant.
Baby
How
Yoda.
much? How much?
Double Yoda.
How much will you need? That's all
Yeah.
I need to know. How
Apparently,
much will
Phil
you
was
need?
talking about a scene in episode 3, which makes me really excited for more Book of Boba Fett.
Sorry, Phil.
Boring, bad, bland Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Or
Oh,
the
there's one out
reclamation
today,
of
isn't
the
there? It's
Sand
Wednesday.
People being good people, as I like to call it. Which I do like about it. That's the one thing I like is the Sand People. It actually... Oh, okay. So apparently some of the promo one sheets have Mando 3 have Grogu in it already. I mean, they would be crazy to get rid of him, wouldn't they?
Which means hopefully more of potentially in the Mando series we might see some of the Jedi training in Luke's
I think
new...
they've said that, haven't they? That Luke's going to be in it a bit more.
honestly, that just whole segment, that whole sequence of him cutting a swathe through the Dark Troopers is just amazing. I watched that bit in the documentary where they're talking about how they had to come up with a new form of lightsaber combat for Luke because obviously he's never had proper fencing instruction. So it's of his own devising with a bit of Obi-Wan in there as well. And they had to create this whole new way of him fighting, so it looked like a natural evolution of Luke's already quite formidable skills. I just thought it was really cool and really geeky, and I love that idea.
Yeah. I didn't know he was doing some fencing, though. My parents could use that.
Damn
Dan says
you
Grogu will
weren't so
end up getting his own
sexy.
TV. Was that sorry?
If you weren't so sexy, Dan, I would give you a slap on the bum cheeks.
Oh.
Promises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grogu will end up getting a TV series of his own, Dan says. Probably a cartoon. Almost certainly he's going to get a cartoon with other baby Star Wars characters as well.
Oh yeah, because they can do that without it being canon. You can just
Yeah.
go and do that separately.
Ewoks and a Wookiee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Sounds great, doesn't it? Speaking of walking action figures, but this is what I'm quite excited about, proving how hypocritical I am. I know there's more to him than this. Fuck me. Fuck me. Halo TV series. I'm very excited about.
But it's on.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be on anything over here. It's on,
I kind of think that, so you know they just made the Xbox documentary free to everyone.
did they?
Yeah, I kind of think that it will head in that direction.
Wouldn't be surprised if it is on Game Pass somehow as well. Because they did, like, they have messed around with this before. There was that Halo Waypoint app that had a bunch of video content served to it, so you could watch those original, like the short Halo TV things that they did. You could watch them in that app.
Some of
And
those
a
were
bunch
really
of other
good.
stuff.
Yeah, some of them were great.
The one with the animated one with Cortana, sort of charting the history of everything she understands about the Forerunners, while the Chief is in Master Chief is in cryostasis, is pretty good. And you're never quite sure whether she's remembering things correctly because her rampancy is beginning to take over. It's really cool, man. It's really heart wrenching as well. Actually, it's very well done.
Jack doesn't like it when I insult Boba Fett, so he's gone. Isn't Secret Wars just another reason to re-release repainted Marvel toys? I mean, all of it is, except it is actually based on a pretty decent story in the first place that did quite well for Marvel. Well, nothing did well for Marvel.
Actually,
Yeah, but I mean, it's all there to sell toys. Mandalorian's there to sell toys. I'm just saying that Boba Fett is a fucking talking action figure, and he's not getting any more interesting in this TV series.
it's a shame, isn't it? It's a real shame.
Yeah. Well, no, I just didn't care in the first place. So Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, I'm quite excited about though.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. You can't find it, can you?
No, he's right there.
That's a remarkable Ewan impression you can do.
Oh yeah.
I was very. I was.
Yeah.
There's almost half the temptation to go for
Do you
a
have-
poo.
Tom, do you need one? You look a bit unwell.
Maybe just for a minute. I might just nick off just quickly and have a quick poo.
Could not have come up with a better. There's got to be another reason you need to nip off for a minute.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Well, I mean, poo is the most obvious.
Once again, Jack, you're missing the point. I'm not saying that these Marvel films aren't there to sell things. That's kind of the point. That's why Disney bought them in the first place. I'm saying that Iron Man did something interesting at some point.
He had more than 4
That's
lines.
it.
He had more than 4 lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah, he didn't
I mean-
get knocked into a Sarlacc pit in the most Laurel and Hardy fashion ever. And the Iron Man films are good.
Well,
Iron Man 1 and 3 are good.
Like everything attached to Disney is designed to sell shit, isn't it? Let's be honest. Like fucking hell, Mandalorian's one of my favorite Star Wars products ever. But
what's this?
like, even I have bought into that. Well, I need something with Grogu on it.
But it's just part of it. Like, you can't. I don't think you can really criticise him for that.
Oh my god! Look at that.
It's Ewan. Looking.
Hello,
Oh,
McGregor.
Ewan.
Yeah.
Have you been
crazy.
ironed or something, Ewan? You're looking much less creased than last time.
Yeah, fewer lines.
Absolutely. Well, the experience of being back on the telly, doing the Obi-Wan series has straightened me out. Something. Something
good.
Great. It's great. Hello,
So-
boys. Are you well?
Yeah, great, Ewan. How are you, buddy?
Absolutely fantastic. As you can see, I'm just chilling. Just up against a backdrop.
At a movie
At
premiere,
a movie premiere, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Coming to you live from a movie premiere.
Or do you just
Yeah.
take the sort of sponsorship background from the press area of movie theatre home with you?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's cheaper than buying wallpaper, as I tell the person who I'm in a relationship with now that her name escapes me for a moment.
Well, that's bad, Ewan. You need to remember her.
You do.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's great. No, the Obi-Wan series, very exciting. I'm also looking forward to it through 2022.
Yeah. What happened there, Ewan?
Sorry, it's the live feed isn't coming in properly.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead's your current.
Oh
partner's
yes,
name.
Mary Elizabeth Winston.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I had coffee this morning over eggs, done over easy.
Have you spent time in Yorkshire? It just sounds like
People have said
time in
that I do sound a bit like something out of a Wallace and Gromit special, but no, I am actually from a place in Scotland.
Sounding a little bit like Bob Mortimer as well.
A place in Scotland, by the way.
A place in Scotland.
Yeah, okay.
Don't
cool.
start on me, mate.
Oh, sorry. You're a Jedi. I keep forgetting that.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's going to be very exciting, and I cannot wait.
What's it like working with Hayden Christensen again? That must be exciting.
Yes, well, absolutely. Again, just like Charlie Borman, we keep having to find things for Hayden to do. And of course, he wore the Darth Vader suit once. And so he's back in the Darth Vader suit as Darth Vader.
It's exciting, isn't it?
The father of Luke and Leia and owner of a red lightsaber.
Do you not think we'll get some Well, you'll know, obviously. Silly me. But do you think we'll... should we be expecting some flashback scenes in this one?
Definitely. Definitely. As I said, on a previous podcast, I do believe one of the most powerful and engaging parts of the Obi-Wan series is actually the Obi-Wan acclimatizing to the hot and gritty atmosphere of Tatooine, learning where to get coconut oil from, getting a tan, his first trip to the odds and sods shop. It's going to be truly gritty and mesmerizing as he beats the sand from his pants and robe.
Can someone ask me why I've started asking serious questions to Ewan McGregor?
Well, absolutely. I mean, look, I'm here for maybe a moment more. Is there one or two more questions that I can field before I have to go to the movie premiere of which I'm at?
No.
I got
Was it
nothing.
Sandy?
Huh?
Was it Sandy?
Did Sand get in your crack?
Sand got into most of the upper and lower regions of my undercrackers. Great question, by the way. Great question.
There we go.
Anyone else?
No, I think that's it, Ewan. We're gonna let you
thanks
go
as
now.
ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
You
Anyway,
didn't blink
look,
once. That's really concerning.
I will. It's all about eye contact, Dan. You've got to maintain steady eye contact, otherwise your credibility is shot to shit. Just
Okay.
ask. I got to go.
Let's see how he handles the switch over.
Oh,
See you later.
Can you
Thank you,
can
lovely
you
to
get
see
James
you.
Journalist back on the pod at some point?
James Gurnless, I will see where he is. I'll look him up in my little black book, which, of course, because I'm a Hollywood actor, is absolutely massive. And my bank account is also as big. See you later.
Bye, Ewan.
Bye, Ewan.
He's still here.
Still,
No, there he goes.
oh, he's gone.
Oh,
That's
well,
a shame.
imagine
Tom
that.
missed him.
Yeah.
Never
He's been
mind.
to the loop.
Yeah.
I hope Tom's alright. He's been
Jack.
on the.
I'm not triggered. I'm the one just standing here saying Boba Fett is boring as fuck. The TV
Who's
series is
triggered?
dull so far. Not triggered. Not triggered. Maybe a
Of
little.
course,
Tom, you
the
missed
fact that
Ewan.
you're angrily saying that does contradict yourself slightly.
I wanted to like it.
Right,
I
Dan,
started
Dan.
watching it.
Let's just calm down. No, you're upset and angry about this. Tom, you're back. How you feeling?
Oh, Tom, you missed Ewan McGregor.
Did I?
Are you all right?
Well, we passed on the. As I was coming out the toilet, he was going in.
I
Oh,
do
so
love-
he's in your house.
Yeah, I do love
at
this.
the movie premiere.
At your house.
Yep,
Yep. Okay, we're going to stick with that one, are we?
definitely.
Okay, cool.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because if people see behind the curtain, they won't keep coming.
Dad says the way you're all asking Ewan questions is like a BBC presenter interviewing a puppet.
But you can't argue with our ratings.
That is basically what it is.
We're getting a
worth
Sandman TV series, guys. That's
I
exciting.
know that does. I mean, yes, I'm here for this.
Yep. She-Hulk. That'll be good.
That's
fully
a
expect
TV
to see
series,
more.
yeah.
Fully expect that. I don't know if Daredevil's going to make it back into the Marvel universe, then I think that's probably a pretty good place. We might see him make it back.
Bruce Banner is meant to be in She-Hulk as well.
Oh,
as
really? That
she
makes
gets
sense. Yeah.
to grips with her powers. I mean, after watching a lot of Hulk, Agents of Smash, I'm very much here for a She-Hulk series.
We're getting a Witcher spin-off, Blood Origin, which is like an origin story. I'm assuming.
Of
1,000 years in the previous again.
So when elves weren't like massively mistreated by humans, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah,
We're getting Stranger Things season 4. Russ, you excited about that?
Very, very exciting to add a number to the series that I'm not going to watch.
Fuck's sake! Why are you not going to watch Stranger Things?
I haven't got time.
It's been 6 years, Russ.
I've literally not had a minute. I've got too many
Dan, have you
YouTube
played
videos
Half-Life
and
2
Beaver
yet?
games to do.
No, it's shit. That's not how I've not played it.
One of the seminal video games,
Yep.
widely regarded by critics as one of the major turning points in narrative gameplay.
Yeah, shit.
It's pretty big, man. It's a big deal. Half-Life 2 was quite a big deal.
Yeah.
94%, I believe. No, 96%, I think, was its review score.
Jack says, "Why would Daredevil be back down?" I don't know. I don't know. I would imagine if they bring Daredevil back, it would be something like She-Hulk. They're both lawyers. That's the only reason I thought.
They're
do we mean
lawyers.
Sandman, lawyers. We're lawyers. Sandman, the Spider-Man villain, or Neil Gaiman series. Neil Gaiman series, Sandman TV series. It looks really good. Yeah. And that's not a Daredevil, a new movie spoiler at all. I just think that there's been loads of rumours about Matt Murdock coming back into it, and I think bringing him back into it in She-Hulk would be a good. We've all watched Hawkeye, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll shut up then.
I haven't. I know
sorry.
even that because I read our Discord chat, which everyone should actually get involved with.
Yeah, it is quite spoilerific though, so maybe
It
don't
is,
read all
but
of
I
it.
just
Yeah.
click them because I'm really haven't got the time at the moment. Like,
But yeah, there's definite hintage there, and there's lots of, and there's sort of hints about one of the upcoming movies as well. People thought there might be. He might be popping up in.
there's
Possibly.
I mean, there's also sticking with She-Hulk. There's a few good female. Well, there's the films and
We're getting the Marvels.
we're getting Miss Marvel and Miss America.
Yeah, Miss America. Oh, we're getting Miss America.
Apparently, there is going to be, I think, a Miss America film.
No, so America Chavez is going to be in Doctor Strange.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's it. Sorry, it's in
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. That's it.
But we're getting the Marvels, which is obviously Photon, Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel. So
Apparently, there's a TV series that is going to just be Miss Marvel.
yeah, Miss Marvel TV series. Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you
And
guys
then-
mean Miss Marple?
yes, that's exactly what we mean. Yes.
Yeah,
what
that is-
were we saying?
Miss Marvel.
Oh yeah, no, I meant Miss Marple. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean actually, it's been on for a while. We've just missed it. Several different actors playing her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair dues.
You know?
Why was Captain Marvel called Captain Marvel? Is it because it's the Marvel Universe?
Because have you not seen Captain Marvel? She mentions it in there.
Yeah, but I can't remember. Why is she called Captain Marvel?
Because it's the power of Marvel or some shit like that, isn't it?
So it's Captain Marvel.
No, but it's not though, is it? But we'll say it that way, won't we? Because that's what we do with everything.
There, like,
Captain
I
Marvel.
can't remember there is a character called Mar, MAR-VELL, isn't there?
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, but they got her name wrong. It's because when she was picked up, she only had a bit of her name left, and that's why they called her Marvel.
Oh yeah, that was it. Like her name badge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's right. Yeah.
and then
Jack says, "I'm sure there'll be no confusion between TV show Miss Marvel and the film The Marvels." Well, they're both interlinked. Miss Marvel will, stylistically, I would imagine, be very differently from the Marvels. I'd imagine that would be a teen coming of age story. And will Shazam be in it? No, Shazam's now Shazam because that does get very, very confusing.
there's going to be a Black Adam film.
Yeah, it looks quite good as well. Well,
Blackadder.
Blackadder's in it, so I'll watch it. Yeah.
Blackadder.
Black Adam.
Adam.
But
Ah,
I'm just saying, if you want to make
Edmund
a Black Adder,
Adam.
yeah. So films wise, Jackass Forever.
Yay!
I'm
I
excited.
don't want to like it. I don't want to laugh at it, but it will be one of the funniest things that you're going to see this year.
They all are. They're all hilarious. Just.
Will it be funnier than watching Bam Margera walk carrying a tray of soup and then being hit with a massive, great big rubber hand?
I thought it was strange you asked for soup.
You can. He manages to say with a straight voice, "Hey, could you go and get us some soups?" Knowing what they're planning. I mean, I can like. Knoxville is a good actor. I could not do that. I could not ask the three of you to go and get me some soups, knowing that there was a massive spring-loaded hand ready to smack you in the face when you arrived with said soups.
I mean, if it was me doing it, yes, you could, because I know that you would all keep your faces straight.
The thing that always amuses me about those films is they're like, there's just a corridor,
Yeah.
and that corridor ends up in one bit having a massive pneumatic hand at one end that just smacks people in the face.
That's my favourite, with the writing that gets smaller so they have to lean in.
Or a little bit later, that same corridor has tons and tons of like tires and live tasers hanging from ropes all the way through it that they have to negotiate. It's like this one corridor in the studio just becomes this nightmare for all of them throughout the whole series. It's fucking brilliant.
I mean,
So good.
It shouldn't be funny, but it is so good.
I love Jackass. I think it is utterly ridiculous, but it is just so insanely enjoyable.
They
But
do
yeah,
have
as you
something
say,
about them though, because there were so many people trying to copy them or do it differently, and they weren't funny.
It's just not as good. Not as good. I mean, Chris Pontius is still my favourite.
I'll never forget that moment where he gets
who's the poor guy that
pisses
they're
on
always
Johnny
super
Knoxville.
mean to?
Danger Aaron.
Is he the one where they tied his tooth to the back of a Lamborghini
Yes.
and then drove off at 200 miles an hour?
Yeah.
And the strings just go, and he's like in the chair going, "I don't want to do this."
Yeah. Any scene with Party Boy, I will always love. Just, yeah. Dan says there's a long, complicated copyright trademark issue going back to 1940s. Yes, indeed. So technically, I think Shazam was Captain Marvel before Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel. But yeah. Black Adam, I find it weird they're bringing in characters that could compete against Superman, but then they get rid of Super from the movie. I think the optimist in me says that they've got a plan. I don't think they do, but I think they might now bring in another Superman. And I think Henry Cavill would still be up for. He said he wouldn't do it, but I don't know. Yeah, so Jackass Forever comes out. I think I'm going to go see that at the cinema. Couple of messages. According to Kaz, the giant hand in Jackass is legendary, and very excited to see Ewan McGregor.
Ah,
But
aren't we
also-
all? I mean, I always miss him, so I never
Yeah.
get to enjoy it. But you know,
Yeah, you'd love him. He's such a nice guy.
he is.
isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he spent a bit of time with Michael Parkinson because he
Yeah.
picked up his accent a bit.
He doesn't blink. That's the only weird thing.
It's really weird.
It's really strange. We're getting an Uncharted film. How are we feeling about the Uncharted film?
I don't like. It's Spider-Man being Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
I
With-
don't.
With Mark Wahlberg, who doesn't resemble Sully in any way,
Any
shape, or
way,
form.
shape,
And
or
I'm
form.
not talking about just looks. I'm fine with him. Like if he then just like starts acting like him, but he's just Mark Wahlberg in every situation he's in. So it
I'm a
doesn't really
peacock
make any
captain.
difference.
You gotta let me fly.
Yeah.
No, he's got the wrong voice. He's got the wrong. He's got the wrong look. I just think, yeah, it's no. Mark Wahlberg's great. I think he's great. There are some films that he's absolutely fucking brilliant in, and there are some that he's just not suited for. And,
Yeah.
and Sully is a a sort of a father figure. As tough as nails, old boots, whiskey voice.
You think he's going to betray
chomper.
him at every single point as well.
Absolutely,
But
but never does.
Yeah.
Never does. Loves Nathan too much.
The film that I'm most excited about, The Batman, comes out in March. This looks incredible.
This is not to rain on anyone's praise. This is purely a statement of my own opinion about Batman. It is just I I'm finding it very hard to get excited about the Batman, and it's just because I'm not as sold in, I think, on Robert Pattinson's Batman. And
Okay, I'm going to need you to watch a film that he's in that isn't Harry Potter or Twilight, because he's really good in other films.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
and that's absolutely fine. I really liked the Nolan films, and I feel like this might be a bit of a step back towards the gothic-y stuff that I wasn't as invested in. It feels I feel undertones of Tim Burton's influence coming back, and some people will like that. But I think the proof for me will be when I see the film,
Yeah,
which I will do. I will go and see the film.
I think there might actually be some detective work in this, which would be nice if a film that included the world's greatest detective saw him do some detective work at some point.
And this, I think this one, from looking at it, it seems to be leaning more into like the actual sort of like quite serious horror type stuff rather than like the high camp gothicness of the Burton ones.
We're getting Morbius film. I don't really want to talk about that. We're getting Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Maverick's meant to be
Northman
out this
looks good.
year.
Sorry, what?
Top Gun is meant to be out this year.
Top Gun. I want to go see Top Gun at the biggest screen, biggest, loudest screen.
The biggest, maxiest IMAX you can find.
Yes, I want that to be IMAX. But yeah, like 4Xs.
And I think you want to go and see that with Russ.
I want to see it with everyone. I want to see it with everyone in the world. I want to enjoy Top Gun 2 with everyone.
And
want
once
to-
it's had this massive line of everyone just going...
Exactly, yeah.
I want to melt it. I want to freeze it in winter, and I want to defrost it in summer so that we can drink it. To cool ourselves down.
Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness looks quite good fun.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about that.
Yeah. You've got a new Jurassic World film. The last one I thought was quite good.
This is
I
Jurassic
genuinely
World
didn't
Dominion.
sound surprised by that.
What? Yeah, it was actually quite good. Which one was that one? Was that the one where the island gets engulfed with the volcano?
It's the one that basically becomes a haunted house with a dinosaur instead of a ghost.
Oh, that was badass.
I really liked it. I thought it was good.
I enjoyed that.
Super Raptor.
Dan says Tom Holland looks too young for Drake. Not Dan. Jack says Tom Holland looks too young
I mean,
for Drake.
he is too young for Drake, but he's playing it as it's
he's
like
about
an origin
right.
story, isn't it? He's young Drake.
He's about right, actually, I think, in that case. Because if you see in Uncharted 4, the bits with Sam and Nathan, this is Sam, isn't it? His older brother Sam. Yeah, Sam and Nathan. Like, the young Nathan does look a bit Tom Holland-y. Also, Tom Holland's a fucking cracking actor. He's good.
So good in the new Spider-Man. It's crazy.
I can't wait to watch that when I eventually get around to
good.
watching it.
Yeah,
If you want-
excited for that.
And he says new Jurassic World movie hype. I'm hyped for that. I am as well. I say I really like the last one. I wasn't keen on the first of this trilogy. I assume it's a trilogy, but yeah, this one looks quite good. We're getting Lightyear as well, which is the
I'm
weird
not sold
Buzz
on
Lightyear
this.
thing.
Not sold on this.
No.
I think it ruins the mythology too much.
If we're doing Pixar though, Duncan, there's only one film that we should be exciting though, right?
Yep, Turning Red.
Yeah,
This
This
does
looks
look really
good.
good.
it does look good.
Damn it,
It
I haven't
just-
seen this. Is this the new one?
Yeah.
It's about a 13-year-old girl who, when she gets too excited, turns into a red panda. What is...
It's like Hulk, but more adorable.
Yeah, I'm here for this. I think it might be a family showing.
Yeah.
We might take some rope with us. It'll go and look really weird going to the cinema, but the only way to keep Phil in one place is going to be to tie him to one of the chairs.
That's an
And
option.
is what we will do, so we can Emma and I can enjoy the film, and he can just wriggle around, and we'll put a gag over him as well, so he can shut the fuck up.
That's good parenting.
Or we just won't take him to the cinema. During
maybe that one. Maybe that option.
Visions in a few months' time of this bit being clipped out on the news.
Yeah, at least we'll get some views though. So thanks, Duncan.
Yeah.
Many warning signs were missed.
There's also out this year The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is
that
the
what-
film in which Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage,
Oh yes,
Mandy.
which should be interesting at the very least.
what's the film?
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh right.
Mandy 2.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Is that this year?
Yeah,
I need that in my life.
I do as well. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun. Mission Impossible 7. Halloween Ends. We're getting the Flash movie as well. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. New Aquaman film. Avatar 2. I will believe that when I see it.
I could not care less about Avatar 2 through
Yeah,
9.
surely-
Or Aquaman. No.
No, I'm not that fussed about Aquaman either. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
That I am very excited about.
Yes. I love.
Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man film.
Jack says, sorry to burst your bubble, but Turning Red is Disney Plus only.
So.
But so you can't go to
So
cinema.
you won't be able to see it in the cinema.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right then.
Oh, have you seen the
watch it when
latest?
he's at
have you
nursery.
seen the latest one about the? I can't remember what it's called. El Chanto or
Encanto.
Encanto. Brilliant. We saw that a couple of weeks back. Fucking fantastic. It
It's
was.
on the list. I do really want to watch it. I haven't watched it
It's
yet.
lovely. It's a
Actually-
lovely story.
When we went to see Paw Patrol the movie, it was one of the trailers, and it was one that he did watch. So I am going to try and sit him down.
That's movies. This Jack also adds we're getting Cobra Kai season 5, which I've heard is really good. I've never watched it, and Witcher season 3, and I still haven't watched The Witcher season 2, but it's on.
Oh,
that
it's
list.
really good, Dan. You'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I loved the first season, so yeah, I
Yeah,
have
it's
no
very
doubt.
very good.
Um,
Siri's the actor who plays Siri. She's fantastic. She does such a great role. Does such a great job in that role.
Run us through some games, Tom.
Oh, yeah, so I sent a list of games that I'm really excited for. I'll go through quickly. I'm conscious it's 10 past 9 and 10 past 10, sorry, and people have things to
We
do.
did start late.
We did
is
start a
what-
little late. Company of Heroes 3, as a Company of Heroes fan, especially the first game. The second game, even though it was on the Eastern Front, which is one of my one of the theatres of war I'm more interested in than most others. I think Company of Heroes 3 being sort of set in Italy and around the sort of Mediterranean theatre of combat is pretty awesome. I think that's really exciting. We've got Warhammer 40k Dark Tide.
Warhammer.
Yes,
Warhammer!
it's so good.
Warhammer.
A really good. It's going to be a co-op FPS.
You play as Imperial Guard as well, don't you?
You do, yes.
So you're going to die all the time.
Chainsaws, thunder hammers, the flashlights with lasgun written on the side.
It's basically Left 4 Dead, but in space.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
for it.
kind
Is
of
it the one
sold.
where you're up against the Necrons, basically?
I
No.
thought it was Chaos.
No, that's
It's
the
cultists
new
in Hive Cities.
Dawn of War, I think, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
right. Kerbal Space Program 2.
Really?
As a big fan of the first game, which is just wonderful building rockets that will never go anywhere and then seeing what happens to them on the launch pad. Fucking marvelous. Especially when you accidentally on purpose strand a load of Kerbals in a little pod in space. Just wait. And then you try and do a rescue mission with one of your other contraptions that just doesn't work. And then you all smash into a rocket. It's sublime. And it also teaches you rudimentary rocket science, which I really like. What else have we got that I was really excited about? Ghostwire Tokyo, as a bit of a fan of Japanese horror.
That looks quite. Is that the one where it's like an
badass.
abandoned Tokyo?
Yes, filled
Yeah.
with ghostly women, men, weird like slender men in suits and stuff like that. It's
That looks
very
very
quite a bit
scary.
of magic and malevolence. I think that's quite cool. There's a game called Wizard with a Gun that I just love the title of, so I just think that's brilliant. That'll be interesting to see. Let's have a look. Total War, Warhammer 3. Very excited
Warhammer.
about that because I
Warhammer.
love games like that. Also, I just have to give a shout out. If you haven't played it, it's on Game Pass at the moment, but Crusader Kings 3 is basically like being in your own Game of Thrones, subtly plotting against everyone, but in kind of medieval world. It's marvelous. It's so good. You just like backstab, plot, marry people, try and bed people, sway people. It's just brilliant. It's like political machinations that never work out, and then you get invaded and you die, and then your heir, who's inevitably like 12 years old and hates you, is now your next character who you have to try and start all over again. It's just chaos. It's so good. It's like backstabbing medieval politics, like you're in
Nice.
Game of Thrones.
Or the Tory
Gotham
party?
Knights. Gotham Knights, I'm quite looking forward to.
Looks
Batman
fun.
game where you
Yeah.
don't play Batman or Batgirl or Robin or Nightwing and stuff like that. Sorry, you don't play Batman, but it has Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood all teaming up in Batman's absence. But
he's
this is
dead.
the best thing. It's not made by the people who made the Arkham. It's not connected to Arkham, but it's made by the people who made Arkham. So that's quite a good credo for the people making that. Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals.
Holy shit! I didn't know about this.
Yeah, as a big
this
fan
looks really cool.
of the first one.
Yeah.
If no one's played, if you haven't played it, Oxenfree is a sublime side-scrolling adventure game with a very good story. So I'm really excited to see what they do with Oxenfree 2. There's the next Saints Row coming out, and Saints Row is basically just silly, ridiculous open world. And
I don't know about that one. I think that has been wrung dry by now.
Yeah,
I'll play it.
But then we've got a few sequels coming. So obviously, like I say, Saints Row is one of them. Dying Light 2 is coming out this year as well. Dying Light is actually quite a good, fun game. Very long. They say this one is like 100 hours long. Like they say, you will have to play it for at least 100 hours to complete it. And it's just like, fuck me. Who's I don't want to be told it's going to take me hundreds of hours, because that just feels like a brick wall, like that I'll have to climb.
That's like a year.
Yeah. And then Stalker 2. Which originally was scheduled for April this year, but now has been pushed right back to December.
There's a load of extra stuff as well. Redfall looks really good.
Yes, Redfall does look really good. God of War debuted on PC today. Is when the reviews hit, so I think it'll be with us very shortly. The Uncharted games are also coming to PC.
Yeah, and God of War Ragnarok comes out on PS5 this year as well.
That's right. That's right.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 2, yes, allegedly. A Plague Tale Requiem, a sequel to A Plague Tale, which was an interesting idea, a new IP.
Elden
the
Ring
execution was a bit. Elden Ring, obviously, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And plenty of others. My list of games I'm excited for are far more on, because obviously last week we touched on stuff that was coming to Game Pass this year and stuff, and that's kind of been covered. But there's a lot of PC games that I'm very excited about, because I actually now have a PC that will be able to play half these things. So good times.
Oh, Jax just reminded me. There's a fucking Telltale Expanse game coming out.
There is, isn't there?
How did I not mention that? I'm all over that. That's my kind of game. I'll definitely play that.
You play drummer, don't you?
You play fucking Kamina Drummer when she's a fucking badass, like before she... Well, she's still a fucking badass. I know what I'm talking about. But like when she's like, just as she's given up on Anderson Dawes. No one's mentioned Starfield yet, right?
No,
we haven't mentioned Starfield.
I should have done, because that was on my original list I sent through to you guys.
Skyrim in space, as people have been probably somewhat reductively referring to it.
Just something that isn't Elder Scrolls and isn't Fallout, I think is quite exciting.
Tunic. Zelda, but you're a fox.
It's Tunic.
There's also a new Lord of the Rings game, which is going to be Gollum.
Gollum,
it's actually Lord of the Rings from the perspective of Gollum, but it's basically a stealth game, which is nice and different from all the other choppy.
Somebody's following them.
Walk underground.
Boromir's an asshole.
Motherfuckers on a
magic quest. What they do best.
They'll walk if I tell them to.
Get that weak ass bird shit out of here.
Brilliant. More Tom Hardy, obviously.
I think you've literally done the whole song now.
We have, kind of, yeah.
Well, no, we didn't do all the walk.
It's my book, motherfucker.
Yeah. Elves for the first time. Wow.
Pokemon Legends of Arceus looks good.
Arceus.
I don't know. Jack says Starfield, he reckons, is going to get delayed. Dan says he's looking forward to
Starfield has got major delays written all over it, hasn't it?
You reckon? Yep. I think it's got Bethesda not giving a shit and just releasing it buggy as fuck written all over it.
Yeah, but like anything where the term ambitious open world is in the marketing fluff, it's going to get delayed.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, or it'll be released like Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shame. What could have been in many years' time.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we didn't get half of the shit they fucking promised this year.
No.
Last year, sorry, for Cyberpunk, they didn't get fucking half of the stuff they said was coming.
Well,
bullshitters.
They've bullshitted the whole way through, haven't they, pretty much? So
I mean, their timeline of dreams was inaccurate, was it?
I'm still hurt. I'm still wounded.
Oh, Tom.
Any more we want to talk about? So one thing I want to talk about is I'm determined to get the podcast up once a week, like I'm supposed to. So by Friday, every podcast will be up that I've got a backlog of here, and From then on, it will be every Friday the podcast goes up.
Lovely. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think that's it. Yeah, I will. You were very good at this last week. I am looking forward to this year. More podcast.
More Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons. Looking forward to playing more Dungeons and Dragons.
Definitely more D&D. Sorry, Dad. I do it. I do play it. So I thought that's me scratched out the wheel forever. Not really. My dad would never do that. I painted my dad in such a bad light.
It was so like when I turned up and your dad was like pulling up, I was so tempted to go, "You'll never guess what Tom does."
Yeah, my dad would immediately pull the will out of his pocket. More of that, more D&D, more hanging with you guys, and more streams, and
more podcasts,
and more videos. I think
2022
feels like the year of videos. I've got enough equipment in here that I feel like I should be making videos, and I think we should all be trying to do something. So,
I need to do the same. I bought a load of equipment specifically to do that, and then
I even bought a selfie stick with a little Bluetooth thing on it, so I can sit somewhere and do that. And I even bought a fucking clip mic as well, so I can do it out and about. But
nice.
Nice.
Jack says Second Horizon game looks good. Yes, it does. And Callisto Protocol, which is a Dead Space remake.
Dead
Space.
That
All
actually
about
does look
that.
pretty cool.
That looks good. Agreed. I think
it's
it.
20 past 10. Let's wrap it up.
and the Dune RTS, Jack says, yeah.
Dune RTS.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
that's-
really actually. I saw that. Yeah, Spice Wars. Looking forward to. I would love to be able to play that because
Spice!
I would now understand it. Whereas when I was younger and tried to play Dune, I didn't really get anything about it.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, Dad, you tickled me there. Spice.
Spice!
Spice.
You know what? I'm actually looking forward to
What?
Toast in Hollywood.
Yes!
That's
Yeah.
quite Tinkle
I think it's
Tintin
available
now.
now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I
Yeah.
think so, or very
I think
soon.
the first episode is, yeah.
Toast to Tinseltown.
Toast in
Lovely.
Tintin. So
Lovely. So shall I wrap this up? Shall I wrap
Do
this,
it.
this
Do
bitch up?
it.
Do it, Tom.
So thank you very much for joining us on the stream. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for commenting. If you are looking forward to something in 2022 that we didn't mention, because there's bound to be something that you like that we didn't talk about, please do let us know on any of our social media channels. Just go to Instagram, Twitter, Windy Pops, or Facebook, and use the handle at TMTOOH. Sorry, at TMTOOH. And hit us up and interact with us. If you go to Instagram, you'll also find in the bio a link to our Discord server, so you can join us with a chat on there, which I actually in 2022, I'm going to make a resolution. I will check Discord at least once a week and add something of value or interest. I'll try and add value. That's what I'll do. And that's it. If you watched us today on the stream, thank you very much. I'm going to wave everyone. That's why they're here. Just wave one last time. If you listen to us as well on Spotify, SoundCloud, or indeed iTunes, thanks very much for doing that as well. I appreciate it. Our listening numbers are definitely way higher than our stream numbers. So you guys who are listening, thank you very much for that. And with that, I'll say goodbye to Duncan.
cheery bye.
Say goodbye to Dan.
Don't forget to check out Marveling Marvel. We've just done our best of the year. Best films, best TV series, best Marvel series. What of it?
Tremendious. So we'll say goodbye to Dan now.
Goodbye.
And goodbye to Russ.
Latest taters.
It's goodbye from me, Tom. And on that note, let's cue the music.